Hey everybody, this is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who comes by and supports my page. It really does mean a lot to me. If you all can please press the like or dislike button and subscribe, comment, or even email me if you have any suggestions, questions, or concerns. My email is always going to be in the description box. Again, thank you for visiting my channel. Hey guys, it's Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. So I had to jump in real quick and give this message. First, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for visiting my page. Thank you for showing support and being concerned about the injustices that Black women and children face every day in the United States. I really do appreciate your support. You don't know how much that means to me, especially because I myself am a Black woman. I'd also like to put this quick disclaimer out there. Do not come to my page victim shaming or blaming. You will be immediately blocked for that. I do not tolerate it. There is no need for it. And I'm pretty sure you knew what you were saying in the comment before you posted it. So be respectful. Many of the victims, their families come back and they visit this page. I am their advocate. This is their safe space. No disrespect will be tolerated. You all have a good day. I'm going to let you go back into the commentary. Every 5.5 hours in the United States of America, a Black woman or child is murdered. Stop killing Black women. Stop killing Black children. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Candace Yvette. So I want you guys to watch these videos and then I'll come back with my commentary.
It's just about God and going like it's just he ain't finished me straight, just enemy, bro. That nigga try to play with me, just get me going, bro. Lena suffered, bro. She didn't just die, she was choking and blood and shit. I'm thinking Lena safe, bro. I'm thinking Lena okay, other shit. I'm thinking Lena finna tell me like, are you okay? Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm expecting, you feel me? So when I go back to the car shit, I just, bro, it's just blood everywhere, man. Like, what the fuck, nigga, this ain't never happened to me. Like, what the fuck? There's blood everywhere. Like, nigga, what the fuck, bro? Her eyes closed, yeah, that's all, man. What the fuck? I see the headshot. I'm like, oh my god, bro. It's just I got drove to the hospital, bro. That's what I did. But I'm in the room. But I'm in the room. They said I'm in the room. Bitch ass nigga, I ain't in the room. What the fuck? Anybody else would have said they're calling the police. Hey, it's me shit. Bitch, I'm gone. I'm doing what I see. When I know, nigga, TV, nigga, I'm gone. Straight to the hospital. The bitch probably did what she did to the bitch, and the bitch probably sent the nigga baby daddy or something, or some gotta be her baby daddy, if you get the mix, to retaliate to the other bitch, but my bitch just happened to be in the front seat. Or either this bitch was mad that my bitch mom pressed her, you feel me, and Lena pressed her, and she had Lena hit, you feel me? Because, bro, they didn't aim the gun at me, bro. They didn't, bro. They aimed it up and straight at her. You feel me? They aimed that shit up straight at her, bro. You feel me? They aimed it straight at her, bro. They shot, the first shot hit her, boom. The second shot hit the car. The third shot hit the Dollar Tree window. You feel me? He stopped. He stopped, bro. He boom, boom, boom. So he seen the first shot hit her, boom. And then boom, boom. You feel me? So it was boom, boom, boom. You feel me? So he stopped, bro. I bounced out the car. This is why I got the scrape, nigga. Because I'm thinking they finna drill some more. I'm like, damn, these niggas finna. You feel me? So I dove out the car. Feel I got a scrape on my knee, man. Was falling. You feel me? I stopped.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Candace Yvette back with another video. I have an update on the Alynia Lawrence case. Before I even get started, I would like to address a few things. One, I would first like to apologize to Alynia Lawrence's family out there in Sacramento, California and beyond. I did mispronounce her name in the first video. I do apologize, but I do want to state that honestly, when I seen her name, I knew I would mispronounce it, and I was hoping someone would step forward and come and correct me. But at that time, my intent and my focus was on getting her story out there and getting as much awareness as possible. That was my focus. I didn't really want to allow the fact that I knew I was going to mispronounce her name to deter me from getting her story out there. So first and foremost, big apology to her family out there in Sacramento, California. The second thing I want to address, and I feel like I should not even waste time addressing it, but I have to, because one, I get the confusion, but I'm going to straighten all that out right now. So somebody left on my comment, in my comment section of my last video about Alynia. And if you have not seen that video, please go and see that video, and don't only see it, but share it, because when you share it, what I made sure to do was I made sure to put the flyer, Alynia's flyer, with the family's contact information, that emails on that flyer and all. So when you share that video, every time you share that video, that flyer will be going out as well. Okay, but anyways, somebody put in my comment section that Alynia was biracial and not black, and I'm gonna tell you why that is basically a moot point and why I feel the need that I have to address it. So for my my faithful followers, they know that I'm a nurse, but a lot of people who come to my page probably don't know I'm a nurse. This page is still growing, but I just want to put out there that I'm a nurse. I know how biology works. I know the difference between a fully black person and a biracial person. Why did I cover Alynia's story? One, looking at her, I cannot tell that she's biracial. Two, what's the difference in this case, in this category, when it comes to crimes and murders and missing and mysterious deaths? What is the difference between Alynia Johnson and another young lady I shared, whom I had shared her story the same way as I done Alynia's? I did a quick 2-3 minute video when I first seen that this young lady's case was not getting any information or any attention at all. There was no information about it. It was basically being buried. This lady hails out of Chicago, Illinois. Her name was Treasure Hendricks. Treasure Hendricks' case was not getting any attention. That's why when I did Alynia's video, I made sure that I searched her name. So I was curious, would I find news media coverage on it? Would I find any kind of articles on it? And I made sure to screenshot the fact that I searched her name and absolutely nothing came up. And the reason why I did that is not only to prove the family, what the family is saying is correct, that they're not getting any coverage on this, but for comments like these. Oh, she's biracial, she's not black. What's the difference? Because over here, honey, that don't make no damn difference that she wasn't fully black. And I'm going to address it because in the eyes of the dominant society, or in the eyes of the dominant culture, or what we would like to call white people, Alynia would not be seen as white or non-black. She would be seen, or even biracial, she would be seen as black. Why do I mention that? I mention that because there is no difference between Alynia, who is said to be biracial, and Treasure Hendricks' case. They both got buried, or were getting buried. They both were not getting the attention that they deserved. And nobody but the victims' families were coming out and speaking on these cases. The same thing happened in both cases. Okay, so that's why when this person commented and they were like, oh, well, she's biracial, the fuck do that matter? Because I don't care that she's biracial. Society sees her as a fully black person, even though her genetics probably don't say that. And I'm not even saying that I see her as a fully black person. All I'm saying is the same that happened to Treasure Hendricks, which was a fully black woman, happened to Alynia. Neither one of these young ladies got the attention that their case deserved. And with Treasure, with her case, my video, and y'all see how small my channel is, my video got a lot of views from Treasure's case because nobody else had a video up about Treasure. And I'm not doing any of this for views or anything. My channel is not even monetized. I'm doing this because I understood, like as early as 2020, when 2020 came along and the pandemic happened, like a lot of people, I had time to sit down and read articles and study and do all the things that I normally didn't have to do, especially because after traveling, my job at the time, I traveled with cardiologists. Okay, and we went to see heart patients all over the city and town where I'm from, and I was one of the first workers at that time who got laid off due to COVID. Okay, so at that time I had the understanding that black women and children do not go missing like that. It has to be something completely bizarre that happens for us to go missing. That was my ignorance. That was my understanding at the time. Black women and children do not get hit by serial killers. That's just for white women and women of no color. That was my understanding at the time. But as I began to set and study these cases, things began to pop out at me, and it sent a chill down my spine. And the biggest thing about these cases, like Alynia, like Treasure, and all the other young ladies that I've shared on this page, is that they were not getting attention. So the thing that what's happening is people are murdering young black women and children and possibly are able to walk away and get away with it scot-free because these cases are not given the national media attention like those of Gabby Petito and all. Okay, so that is why when it comes, even though my channel is called Black Women Aware, I still share the stories of biracial women and children. Miss Alynia Lawrence, no disrespect her way, but she is not the first, nor will she be the last biracial that I share. Kamari Holland was a 3-year-old baby. Matter of fact, she was 5. I shared her story. Nevaeh Foster was a 14-year-old. She was gunned down in Texas. I share her story. They both were biracial. Okay, I could care less about that. And this is why when it comes to the biracial community on Black Women Aware, I still share their stories, because when they die, when they're murdered and when they go missing, they're still put in a category as black people. They still do not get the coverage like black people. That's where black people and biracials share those similarities. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, a friend of the family sent me an email, and I'm going to read that email to you all. Now, like I do on my other videos, as I read the email, I'm going to do my commentary in between. Everything at this point is alleged. Okay, I have no hard evidence backing anything, so everything is alleged. So let me get into this, y'all. Okay, so let me get into this. So it goes, and this person was nice enough to correct me on the pronunciations of Alynia's name, and I really appreciate that from them. But it reads, this story starts off long before her death. For 2+ years, Alynia has been manipulated into an inappropriate relationship with a grown man by the name of Michael Jenkins Bartley, commonly known as Mikey. Mikey is no innocent victim to this situation. He has provided a minor with illegal substances and emotionally abused and allegedly physically abused her. And he had her, it says he allegedly physically abused her and got her into believing she was in love with Mikey, who is 30+ years old. Okay, so if he's 30+ years old, my understanding is that he You know, especially, like, I don't know how they met or how that situation happened, but, you know, that right there, that's a big red flag for me. You're 30 some odd years old and this child is 17 or probably 16 when y'all met. You have to be careful of red flags like that, because as we know, predators and groomers, they go after that age group, because that age group really does not have that part of their mind that makes reasonable decisions. Is not all the way developed, and they go after that age group so they can manipulate them. Okay, so that right there sent chills up my spine when I read it. Let me keep going. Her being quote unquote in love with him, being a child, and because of her home life, it was easy for him to manipulate her into doing whatever he said would commonly take. And he would commonly take Alynia to places like Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Stockton Boulevard. And if you know anything about those places, it is common for prostitution, which is the lifestyle he inflicted on a young, impressionable minor. And there's nothing for me to add to that message, because I fully agree with it. Men who are 30 plus, whatever, and they go after these young girls, they're not going after them to fall in love. They're going after them to manipulate them, to get them into these types of things, to traffic them and things like that. Okay, so there's nothing I can add to that, because I fully agree with that. I'm going to skip to the day this tragic event happened. Majority of this day was featured on a Facebook live video where you can see Alynia is clearly in distress and arguing with the other woman who Mikey had also had relations. The other woman's name is Ravana. The live starts with Mikey going to pick up a woman by the name of Ravana, who apparently called him to pick her up because she had gotten into it with her sister. Her sister's name is quote unquote Alize Love. For not buying her, okay, so she got into it with the sister. So the lady Ravana got into it with the sister Alize Love for not buying her lashes and then kicking her out her house. So Alize kicked Ravana out her house. Ravana then proceeds to bang on Alize Love's door and then maces her while pregnant. And she grabs a brick and breaks her sliding door leading to her porch. Ravana then gets into a car with Mikey and Alynia and a woman in the live who identified as Alize Love's sister by the name of Ebony Nicole says, "You maced my pregnant sister." Okay, so that's a lot right there. So let's go back so that everybody understands. So Ravana is the side chick allegedly of Mikey, right? Ravana has a sister by the name, or goes by the made up name Alize Loves. You know, I don't know if that's her made up name or her real name. Goes by that name Alize Loves. Alize Loves has a sister named Ebony Nicole. Okay. So Alize Loves is the one that's pregnant, and Ebony Nicole is going after Ravana, who she believes maced her sister Alize, and the pregnant sister. So Ebony Nicole says, "You maced my pregnant sister and broke her window. It's good. I'm on my way back to the Sac," which is short for Sacramento. They then drive to Alynia's mother's house, where Ravana is being very loud on live, and Alynia's mom tells her very firmly to calm down in front of her house. Okay, so don't no older women like it when nobody come out and yelling in front of their house and causing the scene. So she probably was over there hyped, emotions on high, adrenaline pumping and running, and just didn't care and was just going crazy. Okay, so the email continues. I'm going to skip to when they were parked. So he's talking about at the scene where Alynia was murdered. Now they are parked in front of a liquor store on Stockton Boulevard, which is riddled with prostitution. So that area is known for a lot of crime and prostitution. Alynia has beautiful shoulder length curls. Ravana has braids, and all of a sudden the live feature Ravana removing her braids and styling her hair all too similarly to Alynya's. Although their skin complexions are different, they could be mistaken for each other easily from a distance. So basically, they're at this gas station or liquor store. They're at a liquor store, and Ravana, the side chick, starts to take her braids out, and when she takes her braids out, her hair is curly and it's looking very much like Alynya's. Now he's saying Alynia and Ravana, although they're different in complexion, they look so much like that, you know, they could possibly pass as each other. That's what he's saying. As they're sitting there for a long time, according to Mikey, 4 masked shooters come and allegedly aim at Alynia, shooting her in the head, shooting the car in the window of the liquor store, and they then disappear into the dark. At that moment, a 17-year-old innocent girl was cold-bloodedly murdered before she could even walk the stage of graduation. Wow. Could this be a possible retaliation meant for Ravana, or was this planned? Why did she take her hair out of her braids? Why was Mikey on live posting his location? Someone knows who did this. Okay, and that's the end of that email. I'm going to go over and read the screenshots as well that was sent to me. And I just want to know what you guys think. I also want you guys to share this video because this is inside information that a lot of people don't have at this time. Okay, so the first message, it looks like from what I read and from what I'm understanding, this first message is allegedly from Mikey, and he's responding to whom in my theory could be Ravana. So it goes like this, and Mikey says, come on with the shooter name or who was texting you, threatening you or whatever, but they was coming for you. But you changed your whole look and they didn't know who to look for, so they shot her thinking she was you. So whoever you pissed off that day, or whoever you was texting, and whatever you was saying to whoever, this shit was coming for you and not for us. And if you knew that, then why would you jeopardize us and for your dumbass actions? So, you know, it's nothing really to break down there. He's basically saying that, hey, you took your hair down, and these people who came and murdered Alynia murdered her, and they really were coming for you, and you messed up what we had going on because we had nothing to do with what you had, you know, going on because of your actions. These were your consequences, and me and my girlfriend are paying for them, is what he's saying in this text. Like, what the fuck? Let me know something, because I'm confused, lost, hurt, numb, and my heart aches for Lena. We need answers for her family and mine and her friends. So the person who I am assuming is Ravana, allegedly, she comes back and says, I'm not a snitch, goodbye. So then Mikey, the person who I am assuming is Mikey, he responds, he says, it's not about being a snitch. It's not about being that, is what he says. It's to save your life and everyone else. People is tripping over this, so please, please tell me. Do it for her, because we would do it for you. And the lady who I'm thinking is Ravana responds back, and she says, come on, Mikey. You know me. Stop trying to look for me. I'm not a snitch or saving nobody. Shit, she didn't even really fuck with me. So he responds, and he says, so you can't tell me who the shooters is because she didn't like you? And the person responds, bye, Mikey. Okay, and then it goes on. He responds again, and Lena did fuck with you. That's why we came to pick you up when you called, and now I wish we didn't pick you up. And the person who I'm thinking is Ravana responds and says, nigga, I was finna fight the bitch the night before, and then her mama got at me. The fuck? Okay, hold on, y'all. So it says, nigga, I was finna fight the bitch the night before, and then her mama got at me. Like, the fuck? I'm just gonna be a weak ass bitch? Like, I'm just some weak ass bitch or something. So then he responds, that don't mean get her killed, man. Like, what the fuck? She didn't deserve that. So that text ends, and in another post or screenshot that was sent to me, it reads, and this is allegedly from the woman Ravana, or Mikey's other girlfriend, aka side chick, whatever you want to call it. So it reads, since that nigga Mikey want to put all of this on me, the nigga set it up. He was just gonna pay me to keep my mouth shut. So stop looking for me. Y'all got what y'all needed. That nigga had that bitch on hella drugs. My bad if I don't give a fuck if that bitch died. Wow. What is the world coming to? Let me continue on. She ain't like me anyway, but I ain't do that shit. I just don't give a fuck about the bitch for me to even care about what happened to her. Okay, so in the last message it says, y'all want to know what happened to her? Here y'all go. So I'm assuming that the woman Ravana is allegedly Ravana rather, is screenshotting something and she's showing it to like her timeline or her public audience on some social media platform, and it reads like this: y'all want to know what happened? Here y'all go. And the screenshot reads, I know Mikey was planning the shit. He wanted to kill this bitch because she was in love with him and wouldn't leave him alone. He had that bitch on hella drugs. Why you think we was sitting in front of the store for hella? He planned this. He was just gonna pay me to keep my mouth shut, but now he trying to pin this on me. Okay, so that's the end of those screenshots. And like I said, I know those are hard to listen to, especially for the family. But I have to cover this information in this video so that, you know, this video can be shared and, you know, people can understand what was going on. And, you know, because she did die in a very mysterious way, and we want to know why she was murdered. We have to get the answers to all of these things. Okay, so those were the ends of those screenshots and an email that I sent. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe. Not only that, but I'm also going to continue. I'm going to pin that email that I pinned in the last video. I'm going to pin it as well to this video. I have asked the friend of the family for a GoFundMe. At this time, the friend of the family said the family does not have a GoFundMe up. I do encourage them to put one up so that I can put it in the description box and I can pin it in the comment section. You all, please, if they do put a GoFundMe up, please donate to them, okay? And I will be on it. I'll be back on here like swimwear if they put one up, you know, to get that information back out to you guys, okay? In closing this video, I would like to share a few thoughts from the friends and family of the late Alynia Lawrence. And this email reads, first and foremost, I would like to say Alynia had dreams of one day becoming a model. She had an amazing personality, and no matter what she was going through, she always kept a smile on her face. She was a good kid and very outgoing. She had many friends who knew her since elementary school and truly cared about her. She was a very free-spirited and loving. One thing I can say about her is she left a spark and good experience on everyone she met. So the friend of the family goes on to say that a beautiful candlelit vigil was held, and it's very unfortunate that one of her friends had to do this for the other friend. Okay, and I here at Black Women Aware, I stand with the family and friends of Alynia Lawrence. May she continue to rest in power and in peace, and I'm praying that justice will one day soon, very soon, be served. I would like to encourage the friends and family of Alynia Lawrence, because it has been brought to my attention that there is no GoFundMe set up in her honor, to please set one up in her honor so that those of us who want to show our support, and we can't do it in any other way but a monetary way, we can do that for you. God bless you all. Be safe, be alert, Be aware.